couple weeks ago, I was falling asleep and I was almost out. A realization came to my head that something I had done affected the structure of the bus. Now, what I did was cut along here and removed the bottom portion of this big sheet that was running the bottom length of the bus, right? There's a time lapse of that several videos back when I'm removing the inner paneling, okay? What I didn't know at the time was that these rivets that went down here along these ribs, and then the rivets that went down here along the floor, that was the strongest connection between the floor and the main frame of the bus and the ribs that go up and over the top and support the main structure of the bus, right? So I removed that. A couple weeks later, I realized what I'd done. So now I'm working on a remedy to fix it. So my plan is to get some big long sections of this. This is 1x1 tube steel, and we're gonna weld this tube steel to the bottom of these ribs and to the floor. So then we're gonna complete the frame that holds the floor and the ribs together. So we're gonna get these 1x1 chunks to fit underneath these ribs, and then we'll weld it all together so that it's all back to feeling strong. So what I'm doing right now is using my angle grinder to chop off the bottom of these ribs, because clearly right now that's a no-go. So we need to shorten the ribs a little bit so that these fit nice and snug under there, and then we'll stick our pieces of tube steel underneath and weld it all together. I've never welded before, but a community member has offered to help teach me so that I can do it and get this thing back to structural stability. So that's what we're working on right now. Now that the bus is finally out of the barn and I have good ventilation, I'm gonna do some welding. I've been practicing, but I'm by no means a professional welder, so these welds are not gonna look beautiful at all, period. But I hope that they're gonna be structurally strong enough to do what they need to. But let's get these welds in so then we can build in the floor. I am done welding for now. I've put all the angle iron pieces underneath my ribs and attached them. I think they're strong enough. I've attached those new angle irons to the floor, so everything should be in place now. You know, I'm putting so much material that's gonna keep those bars wedged in those little cracks that they're gonna be there for good. So I'm not worried about them coming out or coming loose. And they're really there to distribute compressive power when the weight of the cabin up top shifts. They're just going to redistribute it into the floor. So even without welding, I think putting them in there was sufficient, but now they're just going to be stuck there and not going anywhere. My welds, again, aren't beautiful, but they're there. I'll show you a couple of them, or some of the ones that I think look better. Maybe I'll show you a bad one too, just for transparency's sake. Yeah, that is it for the welding. The last step on the floor right now is going to be clean it, get all the junk off, and then we're painting a big coat of Rust-Oleum over everything. So after that's done, the whole floor is going to be white, bright white, just like all these ribs up here. So that's going to make this whole place already look, bam, super good. And after that's painted, insulation and plywood, and then this place is going to start getting transformed like nothing else. That's it for the welding. Maybe I'll include a painting in this video, but if not, then we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.